Hi everyone, weather for Weather Geeks is back after an extended break for the Christmas holiday. Hope you had a great holiday and are looking forward to a new year coming up here in a few days. Our weather was kind of up and down over the course of the weekend, and today was, pardon me, a big change from yesterday, that is for sure. We tied a record high yesterday, but it came at an unusual time of day. That high occurred late in the evening. It hit 64 degrees as the rain was pushing in last evening. Here's a look at our 20-hour temperature change or trend across the region. After the rain started, we backed off into the mid-50s at 11 o'clock last night. We kept tumbling overnight, and then it was just a flat line kind of a day today with temperatures a few degrees above freezing. Well, the warm weather lately has done a number on the snow across northeast Ohio and western PA, even in the snow belts. There's not much left. I mean, just, kind of dirty dustings and coatings here and there in the shaded spots especially, up into parts of Crawford County, Ashtabula County, and so on. But in our viewing area, there's basically nothing left on the ground after the rain and the warm temperatures of late. We will add to I should say we will get a fresh snowpack here across parts of the region by the end of the week, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Broad view of the country this evening, not a lot of barn burners out there. We do have a cold front out across the northern Rockies, and that's what's going to head our way as we head towards the latter half of the week. But out ahead of it, not much going on other than a little bit of snow out in parts of the Rockies this evening. Temperature-wise, the coldest of the year, well, shocker here. It's in Minnesota, into parts of the UP of Michigan and into Wisconsin, where it's in the teens. And look at International Falls, 6 below zero out there this evening. Locally, again, we're in the mid-30s now. We'll end up in the 20s by the end of the night tonight. I think tomorrow starts with clouds. There could even be a stray flurry north of Youngstown very early in the day tomorrow. But don't be fooled by the clouds early in the day. I think it's going to still turn out to be a pretty nice afternoon. We should break into a good deal of sun for your Wednesday afternoon. That'll send temperatures above freezing and above average. 37, our forecast for tomorrow. All right, here's our next front. This is this Arctic cold front that's going to usher in the changes for the end of the week. It's going to arrive very, very early on Thursday, and I think it will bring a period of wet snow. This is not lake effect, but just general snow. From maybe 3 o'clock in the morning through 6 or 7 in the morning on Thursday. And notice the mixing in the rain not far to our south. Down in southern Columbiana County, I can't rule out a little mixed precipitation with this, but it's mostly snow. Now, in the wake of the front, there can be a little lull before the lake effect starts really kicking in. And we'll have to keep an eye on where these bands go as they come off of Lake Erie. Most of them are going to be aimed at northwest PA, but there will be some that meander through northeast Ohio as well. This is Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, and again on Friday. Boy, a nasty day on Friday. Notice our isobars here packed very tightly together. It's going to be a windy day. There's going to be snowflakes flying around, and you'll need the heavy winter jacket and the scarf all day on Friday. We'll talk about the wind chills in just a second. As far as snowfall goes, I think with that round of general snow late tomorrow night, early on Thursday, there could be a half an inch to perhaps an inch. Here's our modeling. They're all kind of clustered below an inch with the exception of the NAM here in the orange color, which kind of goes bonkers with a couple of inches. Not buying that at this point. But I could see where some places try to get an inch very early on Thursday. Could make things a little slick if you're out and about first thing Thursday morning. Then during the day Thursday, it's going to take a while for the lake effect to get going. Once it does, we can see some additional accumulations late Thursday and into Thursday night. And it'll be in the usual places. This is mostly, we're talking north of Youngstown, north of I-80, up towards the Route 87 corridor in Trumbull and Mercer counties, and over towards I-79 in Mercer County. Those are your locales that have the best chance of picking up a handful of inches of snow with the lake effect. For a lot of us in the 224 corridor and points south, not much in the way of accumulation can be expected with this. Here's the total through midday on Friday. Now, the lake effect will continue for a lot of Friday. But notice, there's going to be some lollipops here. No surprise. Geauga County, Lake County, Ashtabula County, over to Crawford and Erie County, PA, into parts of Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties in southwest New York. Here's Youngstown. Here's I-80, roughly right here. So you go south of I-80, and there won't be a whole lot. North of I-80, you might have to shovel some lake effect snow Thursday night into Friday. Boy, again, nasty day on Friday. We've had colder days already this winter, but this will be particularly harsh considering the recent warm weather. Wind chills on Friday, no better than about 9 or 10 in the afternoon, maybe 12. That's about it. The wind will relax some Friday night. All right, we got New Year's weekend coming up. Let me show you what Forecast challenges we have here. Now, New Year's Eve on Saturday, I think that Arctic air is a one-and-done deal. It's here Friday, it's gone Saturday. Already a warm front coming through Saturday midday. It's up here, and we'll get into a southwest flow, and we'll get into the mid, maybe even upper 30s on Saturday. Now, as we get into the afternoon, there'll be another front heading our way. It's a pretty weak one, but it will draw in some moisture. Now, notice the GFS here has some, pardon me, some light snow trying to break out Saturday evening. I think this could kind of come to fruition as a, a mix of rain and wet snow Saturday evening. Now, if you have plans, if you're going to be out and about for New Year's Eve, I don't think this is going to be the kind of thing that's going to cause problems on the roads. I think we're going to be largely above freezing. I think, you know, if it's snowing, it's going to have a hard time sticking. So that's Saturday evening. Now, for New Year's Day, as we ring in 2017 on Sunday, the day probably starts uneventful. Towards the end of Sunday, though, depending on what model you look at, there might be some moisture trying to creep back in. Now, the latest run of the GFS keeps it all south. European model, some of the other modeling tries to bring it north. We've got a low-end chance in our forecast of a little bit of rain by the end of the day on Sunday. No big deal there. It'll be rain and not snow. As we head into early next week, I think it's going to warm up. We'll get into the 40s at least. Monday and into Tuesday, there's even an outside chance we break into the 50s. Unfortunately, it'll come with some rain. Usually at this time of the year, if it gets that warm, it's going to rain. And that'll be the case at times Monday and into Tuesday. But then another powerful front's heading our way. Second half of next week, this is next Tuesday, the cold air is pushing into the west in the blue colors there. And then here it comes into the east. Second half of next week, this is next Friday. A lot of cold air across the entire country, the end of next week. Now, the coldest anomaly is maybe centered out here, but still, this will be enough to probably send our temperatures, our high temperatures, down to maybe upper 20s to around 30 at the end of next week. And this probably has some staying power. This is the European model, suggesting a pretty cold pattern, not unusual for January, but cold nonetheless, taking us probably at least through the 8th, 9th, and 10th of the month. So the cold shot at the end of next week probably has a little more staying power than the one that's coming at the end of this week, which is pretty much just a one-day deal. Thanks as always for watching Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11. Be sure and check out Justice Forecast tomorrow morning, bright and early, on WFMJ Today.